Good morning/afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to talk with you today about the transformative power of listening in communication and negotiation. We'll explore how deep philosophical insights can inform practical strategies to build understanding and effectively resolve conflicts. This journey will show us how truly listening can change the way we connect and collaborate in all areas of life. Let's dive in. Let's start by looking at the classic philosophical riddle. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? This question challenges our understanding of sound and perception. Scientifically, sound isn't just the vibration itself. It requires a receiver, like an ear, to perceive those vibrations as sound. Without someone to hear it, those vibrations don't really become sound in the usual sense. Now, this idea connects closely to communication. Just like sound, speaking alone isn't enough. Without someone listening, the message remains incomplete. True communication only happens when there's an attentive listener to give meaning to the words, turning simple sounds into meaningful interaction. When we talk about communication, it's important to understand that speaking alone doesn't fully qualify. If you're speaking but no one is listening, then it really challenges what we mean by communication. Communication isn't just about saying words out loud, it's a two-way process. It involves not only expressing ideas but also having someone receive and understand them. Listening plays a crucial role here. It's the part of communication that often gets overlooked, but without it, the whole process falls apart. If no one is paying attention or truly listening, the message fails to get through, and communication becomes ineffective and one-sided. So, listening is just as essential as speaking for communication to truly happen. Today, we live in what's often called the age of communication. Everywhere you look, people are connected through cell phones, texts, tweets, and emails. The sheer volume of messages flowing through all these different channels is staggering. We have more ways to communicate than ever before. But here's the catch: despite all this communication, true listening has become increasingly rare. With constant interruptions and the temptation to multitask, it's hard to give someone your full attention. This means that the quality and depth of our listening suffer, making it harder to truly understand each other and build meaningful connections. So, while we may be more connected, the art of genuine listening is something we need to work on reclaiming. Over the past 30 years, I've been involved in a wide range of negotiations, from resolving family disputes to helping mediate complex civil wars. This diverse experience has taught me a crucial lesson: successful negotiation hinges on listening more than talking. When we actively listen, we build trust and create a connection with the other party. This rapport is essential for finding agreements that work for everyone involved. Moreover, listening helps uncover the true interests beneath the surface, things that simply talking won't reveal. It's this deeper understanding that allows progress, even in the toughest situations. So, in negotiation, listening is far more powerful than speaking. When we look at the biology of listening, it's fascinating to see how our bodies are actually designed to emphasize the importance of listening. We have 2 ears but only 1 mouth, which isn't just a coincidence. This setup suggests that we should be listening twice as much as we speak. It highlights a natural tendency to value receptive listening, which is crucial for truly understanding others. This understanding forms the foundation of effective communication and helps us build stronger, more meaningful relationships. So, our anatomy itself is a reminder that paying attention and really hearing people is essential. Here we have a case study focused on a very delicate negotiation setup involving Venezuela's political landscape. At the heart of this scenario was a deep political conflict, which led to mediation efforts culminating in a carefully planned midnight meeting with President Hugo Chavez and his cabinet. The stakes were incredibly high, and the atmosphere was charged with tension, so facilitation had to be extremely thoughtful and precise. The negotiators faced the critical challenge of building trust and identifying common ground, despite the palpable suspicion and hostility surrounding the discussions. The timing of the meeting, right at midnight, underscored the urgency and sensitivity of the situation, highlighting how crucial it was to address these issues promptly and effectively. When the dialogue began, President Chavez reacted with clear hostility and distrust. He quickly accused the other side of using dirty tricks, labeling them as traitors. His shouting not only heightened tensions but also created a highly volatile atmosphere, putting the entire negotiation at risk. This kind of reaction really highlights the deep challenge mediators face when dealing with conflicts that are so deeply rooted. It's a delicate balance to engage without triggering defensiveness and further hostility. Here, the mediator makes a conscious decision to listen attentively instead of reacting defensively. Even though Chavez is shouting intensely, the mediator resists the urge to argue or immediately rebut. This deliberate choice is crucial because it creates a safe space for Chavez's emotions to come out fully, without triggering confrontation. By doing so, the mediator opens the door for meaningful dialogue, which would likely be blocked if they had responded with defensiveness. This highlights how powerful listening can be in diffusing tension and fostering communication. Before the listening started, Chavez was clearly angry and shouting, very much in a confrontational state. But after about 30 minutes of being listened to without interruption, something important happened. His anger began to fade, replaced by a sense of weariness and a willingness to be open. This shift in attitude is really key because it shows how powerful listening can be. Instead of continuing to shout, Chavez moved to a more reflective place, even asking, "So, Yuri, what should I do?" This moment highlights how listening not only diffuses hostility but also encourages collaboration by making the speaker feel heard and understood. Here, we see how Chavez's openness played a crucial role in the proposal of a Christmas truce. By recognizing his willingness to listen, the suggestion was made to pause the conflict and allow the country to come together and enjoy the holiday season. This idea resonated strongly, and Chavez publicly agreed to the truce, which was a significant moment. The impact of this proposal goes beyond the temporary ceasefire. It showed that when leaders are open to dialogue, even brief periods of peace can be created, offering a valuable opportunity for further negotiations down the line. This moment highlights the power of communication in resolving conflict. Here, we see the concept of reciprocal listening and its benefits in mediation. First, the mediator gave Chavez their full attention and acknowledged his concerns, which is crucial because it makes the other person feel heard and respected. As a result, Chavez became more willing to listen in return. This back and forth of active listening deepened their mutual understanding and built trust between them. Ultimately, this creates a positive feedback loop, showing how effective listening can transform conflict into cooperation and progress. It's a powerful reminder of how attentiveness and empathy can change the dynamics of any conversation. Listening is crucial for 3 key reasons. First, it allows us to truly understand the other party's perspective, helping to clarify their real interests beyond just their words. Second, by actively listening, we build connection, rapport, and trust, which forms a strong foundation for effective collaboration. Finally, when we listen attentively, it encourages the other side to do the same, fostering mutual respect and creating a more productive, respectful dialogue. These elements together highlight just how vital listening is in any interaction. One of the most valuable concessions we can offer in any negotiation is simply listening. The great thing about listening is that it costs absolutely nothing, yet it brings enormous benefits. Think of it as a golden key. It helps us unlock deeper human connections and opens up opportunities for reaching agreements that might otherwise remain out of reach. When negotiators make a point to prioritize listening, they don't just gain important leverage, they also build goodwill with the other party. Ultimately, listening is both a strategic move and a genuinely humane approach that helps advance negotiations in a positive direction. When we talk about genuine listening, the key is shifting our focus away from ourselves and truly tuning into the other person's perspective. It's not just about hearing the words they say, it's about picking up on the emotions, needs, and deeper meanings behind those words. This kind of attentive listening allows us to connect on a more empathetic level and understand the message more clearly. By practicing genuine listening, we create space for real empathy and build stronger, more meaningful communication. When we talk about listening, it's important to realize it's not just about the words being said. True effective listening goes beyond the verbal content to pick up on the emotions and needs that aren't spoken aloud. These invisible layers, feelings, fears, hopes, often influence how people behave and the positions they take during negotiations. By tuning into and acknowledging these deeper emotions, we can create a supportive environment where healing and understanding are possible, ultimately paving the way for resolution. This kind of listening builds trust and helps us connect on a much deeper level. In this example, we look at a high-stakes business negotiation involving Abilio Diniz, a prominent Brazilian entrepreneur. The context here is a complex legal dispute over control of a company, which naturally creates a tense atmosphere. What stands out in this case is the importance of deep listening, especially when emotions and tensions run high. By truly understanding not just what is being said, but what lies beneath those expressed demands, negotiators can uncover the real interests at play. This approach is essential for finding a resolution that satisfies all parties involved. Abilio's explicit demands were pretty clear. He focused on the stock price, the location of the company headquarters, and a non-compete clause. But if we look deeper, his true underlying need was freedom. He wanted the ability to chase his personal dreams and have more quality time with his family. Once we understood this, the negotiation shifted from sticking to fixed demands to finding solutions that genuinely met his core interests. This shift is crucial because it opens the door to more flexible and creative agreements that work for everyone involved. Here, we see how truly understanding the underlying needs led to a much more efficient negotiation process. Once both parties clearly grasped what was most important, they were able to reach a successful agreement in just 4 days. This outcome not only restored the vital business agreements but also helped Abilio regain his life balance, which was an essential part of the resolution. Ultimately, this case highlights the power of listening, not just hearing words, but actively understanding concerns, which can create solutions that go beyond simple transactions and foster lasting, meaningful outcomes. Listening can be surprisingly challenging, even when we're with people we care deeply about. One key reason is the internal mental and emotional noise that constantly runs through our minds, worries, stress, or emotional reactions that distract us from truly hearing what's being said. On top of that, external distractions, like background noise or interruptions, can make it even harder to focus. We might also come into conversations with preconceived judgments, which color how we listen or whether we listen at all. The most important step toward becoming better listeners is to first recognize these barriers. Once we're aware of what's getting in the way, we can take intentional steps to overcome them and engage more fully in our conversations. Before we can truly listen to others, we need to start by listening to ourselves. This means taking a moment to tune into our own thoughts and emotions in a calm and mindful way. When we clear away the mental clutter, we create space for genuine attention. This practice of self-attention helps us be fully present in any interaction. It also enhances our patience and openness, making our conversations more meaningful and effective. Before entering a critical negotiation with President Hugo Chavez, the speaker took deliberate moments of quiet self-attention. This pause was essential for managing personal emotions and clearing mental distractions, helping to create a calm and focused internal state. By centering himself in this way, the speaker was able to listen effectively, even when Chavez began with an aggressive and loud approach. This example really highlights how crucial self-regulation is. It sets the foundation for truly genuine listening, especially in high-stakes situations where every word matters. Before entering any important conversation, it's really valuable to take a moment of silence. This brief pause allows you to check in with your mental and emotional state, giving you a clearer picture of how you're feeling right before the interaction. By doing this, you calm your mind and help clear away any emotional noise that might distract you. It's not just about feeling more relaxed, it's about creating the space to set a clear intention to listen fully and attentively. When you consciously decide to listen, free from internal distractions, you open yourself up to better understanding the other person. This awareness enhances the overall quality of your communication, making the conversation more productive and meaningful. When we embrace genuine listening, it has the power to prevent conflicts before they even begin. By truly hearing each other, we can address issues early and avoid misunderstandings that often lead to disputes. This practice also helps in reducing broken relationships, not just in our personal lives but also in professional settings, cutting down on workplace stress and even costly lawsuits. Beyond that, better listening fosters greater understanding and empathy, which can play a crucial role in easing tensions between conflicting parties, potentially lowering the chances of wars. In a broader sense, listening serves as a powerful preventative tool, helping to stop escalation and miscommunication across diverse situations around the world. The vision of a listening revolution envisions a major cultural shift worldwide. Right now, we live in an age of communication, characterized by fast, often distracted exchanges. But this new era we're imagining is different. It's an age of listening. Here, communication isn't just about talking or sending messages quickly, it's about giving genuine attention and truly understanding one another. At the heart of this transformation is empathy, which allows authentic connections to grow. If we embrace this shift, we can expect better relationships at every level, from our personal interactions all the way to international partnerships. Listening becomes the foundation for meaningful connection and effective resolution. Listening is a fundamental skill that should be taught alongside reading and writing in our schools. It's not just about hearing sounds, but truly understanding and engaging with what's being said. Parents play a crucial role here by actively listening to their children, showing them that their thoughts and feelings matter, and teaching the importance of reciprocal listening. When children receive early education focused on attentive listening, they develop emotional intelligence, empathy, and strong communication skills. These listening skills don't stop growing in childhood, they become the foundation for healthier social interactions and relationships throughout life. At its core, developing listening skills nurtures care, emotional intelligence, empathy, and effective communication, all essential for personal and professional success. One of the key impacts of genuine listening in families is the strengthening of bonds. When family members truly listen to each other, it conveys love and respect, which solidifies these relationships. This kind of listening also enhances mutual understanding between partners, helping to reduce marital conflicts and even lowering the risk of divorce. Additionally, when people feel heard, the emotional connection between them becomes much deeper. This deeper connection naturally leads to fewer conflicts, creating a more peaceful and harmonious home environment. Lastly, with better understanding and fewer disagreements, cooperation within the family increases, making the home a much more supportive and nurturing place for everyone involved. When we advocate for leaders who are chosen specifically for their ability to listen, we lay the foundation for more effective governance and greater organizational success. Making active listening a norm within institutions opens the door to honest dialogue and sparks innovation. Media plays an important role here by promoting programs that emphasize listening and peace building, helping to shift cultural expectations. In this kind of environment, leadership is closely tied to empathy, responsiveness, and a collaborative approach to solving problems. Ultimately, leaders who prioritize listening are key to creating governance that truly works and organizations that thrive. Listening plays a crucial role in helping people and groups come to agreements more smoothly. When we really listen, we gain a deeper understanding of the other person's perspective and their underlying needs. This insight makes it much easier to find solutions that everyone can say yes to. By listening well, we also reduce conflicts and create agreements that hold up over time, while lowering feelings of hostility. Beyond just negotiations, listening fosters more peaceful interactions, whether in our personal relationships or on a larger, global scale. Ultimately, effective listening not only speeds up the process of reaching agreements, but also ensures that those agreements are more satisfying for everyone involved. I encourage you to start practicing genuine listening right away in your daily conversations. The key is to focus fully on the person speaking, paying attention not just to their words but to the person behind those words. When you engage intentionally like this, it creates a deeper understanding, helps build stronger connections, and opens the door to truly meaningful dialogue. By making listening a priority from now on, you can transform the quality of both your communication and your relationships.